One thing I haven't heard many people mention about the Battle Network Legacy Collection is the full ramifications of being released on modern hardware. We live in the age of live service games, microtransactions, and DLC. And while some of these practices are rather shady, with loot box scandals and such, this does also open up some new possibilities for Battle Network. Since the collection features source ports of the original games and not just the original GBA ROMs dumped onto new consoles, this means that the game would likely be more compatible with new DLC or patches that can be released post-launch. Most of my ideas for some DLC come from either the DS-related content or that tied to an extra peripheral for the GBA. And while I would like to have those available at launch, I don't think it's necessarily unfair to make them DLC, since most of that content was either DS exclusive or activated via an e-reader or a battle chip gate, all three of which require additional purchases outside the base game, which were more or less another form of expansion pack or additional content. So, this video is just going to be me having some unhinged daydreams about possible DLC for the Battle Network collection. I have no real proof to back any of these ideas, I have not seen any leaks, nor read anything that hints toward possible post-launch bonus content. This is just me letting my imagination run wild and dreaming up what could possibly be in store for the upcoming Battle Network Legacy collection. Let's start with Battle Network 1 and 2. Operation Shooting Star DLC is possible for both games. If the games are just the vanilla version of the game, they might release the bonus Star Force side quest for BN1, as well as including the new battle chips and allowing you to play as Geostellar. It might just be a mission pack, or maybe upon starting a new game, it'll give you the option for BN1 or OSS, and OSS will basically be the DS version of the game with the updated mugshots, but instead run on the Switch, PS4, and Steam. The minimap could be toggled on or off using one of the buttons that's not needed for standard gameplay, like one of the 4 shoulder buttons. We have evidence that Capcom was at least planning Operation Shooting Star 2, if not 2 and 3, because of this image used at the end of one of the trailers for OSS. This image is from an ad for Battle Network 2, and the text alludes to the idea that there is more coming. So what if the scrapped ideas end up getting repurposed as Battle Network 2 or possibly Battle Network 3 DLC for the Legacy Collection? I think what OSS 2 and 3 would have looked like should be its own video, but any ideas they had planned for it but couldn't use could become a DLC or an expansion pack. For Battle Network 4 through 6, they could add the e-reader mod cards as bonus content, either as paid DLC or unlockables. Battle Network 5 specifically could get the double team treatment with the arranged BGM, voiceover, party battle system, and again, a mini-map that can be toggled, as well as potentially adding in Soul Cross Mega Man. We're not sure yet if Base Cross will be in the release version of the game, but there's a high possibility since it was in the Virtual Console version. For other updates or possible DLC, they could add in boss rushes or tag team boss matches. They might do make your own matchups, where you can give yourself an ally navy or 2 and fight against up to 3 enemies. Or even crazier, co-op PvP. 2 versus 2 net battles where you and a friend can fight another duo. That's not likely at all, but it'd be wicked cool. I'm not sure how they would bundle any potential DLC though, unless they just wanted to make it one huge bundle as EXE expansion pack, or maybe have it separated in between volumes, like OSS expansions for Volume 1 because it's Battle Network 1, 2, and 3, and e-reader and DS expansion for Volume 2 since it's Battle Network 4 through 6. They might even add more games for digital purchase, like how the Master Chief Collection eventually added ODST and Halo Reach. They could bring Network Transmission, Battle Chip Challenge, EXE WonderSwan, and EXE 4.5 to modern consoles. The only problem I have with this is that EXE 4.5 uses real-time for its gameplay, and modern systems actually have built-in clocks, and tampering with the game's real-time will make you lose all your zenny. I'm not holding my breath for EXE WonderSwan because it wasn't released by Nintendo, so acquiring the rights may be a bit more difficult, and I really don't think that the mobile games are in a state to be re-released, but we're daydreaming, so why not? We might get a remaster of Phantom and Legend of the Network, either as in-game DLC or bundled with the other spin-offs in Battle Network Legacy Collection Volume 3. A more likely DLC though, since cosmetics are all the rage, different skins for AI companion Mega Man. This will make sense, since the only pre-order bonus that North America seems to be getting are the Hub Style and Dark Mega Man skins for Mega Man EXE on the Game Select screen. We could get Beast Out Mega Man, any of his Double Souls or Crosses, Soul Cross, Base Cross, or his style changes. These wouldn't really do much except maybe add some unique voice lines and be present for aesthetics only. Even if I despise microtransactions in modern games, especially for cosmetics only, this is one case where I would make an exception and purchase everything they offer. That's all that I can think of that's within the realm of possibility, but the title of this video is Unhinged Daydreaming, so let's go further. A PvP mode that takes elements from all the Battle Network games. Mix and match your Battle Network 1 folder loaded down with fighter swords with your Battle Network 5 Team Proto Man Double Souls, Proto Soul Step Hero Sword, Heat Cross using Salamander from Battle Network 3, Gaia Hammers with Guts Soul, cross-beast using rush attacks with Zeus Hammer. The possibilities would be endless. More expansions or updates to play as other Navis in Battle Network 5 and 6. Something similar to the Beast Link Gate or Party Battle system to where your default Navi becomes someone other than Mega Man until it's time to progress the story. Replace Mega Man on the home screen with another Navi similar to the home screen of EXE 4.5 and 5DS. Give us other fan favorites and returning mainstays like Roll, Gutsman, Proto Man, Bass, and maybe Colonel. Give us some brand new bosses at specific parts of the game. Use bosses that were either scrapped or make up something completely new. Give us Glide as a boss battle. We know that Yae is packing some expensive and high-power battle chips, so let's see her actually net battle. You know how in EXE 6 there's a gravestone for the Navis from Network Transmission and Battle Chip Challenge? Make them show up as extra bosses in BN 6. Let us fight Ring, Turbo Man, Gravity Man, Starman, Swordman, Needleman, and Zero in Battle Network 6. Make Proto Man a playable Link Navi in Battle Network 6. Change Land's Doghouse's Cyber World to be where you would access Proto Man from in this update. Maybe not add Proto Cross, but make Proto Man playable. No, screw it, give us new crosses. Make Protocross and Base Cross accessible in Battle Network 6 along with Beast forms for them. Protocross unlocked after defeating Protoman FZ in Gregar version, and Base Cross unlocked after defeating Base BX in Falzar version. And finally, the Coup de Grace, Double Psybeast. Let Mega Man have a double Beast out form, and a super secret final super boss would be the merged Super Psybeast, like in the anime and manga. Again, none of these are demands, expectations, or even hopes for the game. This is all just me letting my imagination run wild with possibilities. I won't be disappointed if these don't happen, but I would be over the moon ecstatic if they did. Again, with DLC, patches, and microtransactions, I think that at least some of these are possible, and I would like to see something beyond what has already been announced. Don't get me wrong, I don't find what has been announced lacking, but as a consumer and as a lifelong fan of this IP, I always want more. That's how good this series is and how important it is to me. If it has Mega Man on it, I want it. I've bought entire games that I knew nothing about simply because they featured Mega Man characters. I main the Mii fighters in Super Smash Bros. Because they have Mega Man skins. This isn't me trying to show expectations or demands for the upcoming collection, but rather it's me getting as excited as possible before it releases. And again, if these don't happen, that's perfectly fine. We have the main games preserved for the current generation, and with the Switch, I can take them on the go just like I did back in the day. I'm ready for the collection, and will enjoy every single second I spend as I experience my childhood favorites again, and again, and again. And this time I'm not alone. This time, I'll be connected to countless people across the world who share my passion for this series. That's something that I, and countless others, wished for 20 years ago, and now it's finally a reality. Now that I've spilled my guts and crazy ideas over what could be DLC for the collection, let me hear your ideas in the comments below.